Hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome to today's Instagram live session with Technological University Dublin. You're very welcome. I'm so happy to have us here. Please, this is a good time to send the link, share this live link with your friends and your family, and anyone who's just finished secondary school or any parent who is really interested in having their children kick off their further education in Ireland, because today we will be discussing a very important and an interesting program that can help anyone who is looking at an undergraduate degree in Ireland. So we're going to be discussing on the foundation program, the International Foundation Year program at Technological University Dublin, and it's a top-notch university, of course. I mean, it's the largest university in Ireland, and they've got like great innovative learning environment. So it's a very good choice. I'm going to be joined by my colleague from the East Africa page, and of course, I will be sending an invite right now to my guest from TU Dublin. So Carol, if you can hear me, please. Partnerships with industry leaders and organizations, and of course, students with numerous opportunities. Um, okay, hi, Tochi. With numerous opportunities for internships, for placements, for research projects, really awesome, and also it ensures that students have experience and improve their ability upon graduation. Let me try to add her again. So, hi, Carol. I have sent you another invite. Please let me know if you're able to join. Oh, great. We have her here already.
Hi there. Sorry about the delay there.
Yeah, it's okay. I hope it wasn't too difficult to join.
No, it was fine.
All right. So I was just telling, everyone how awesome TU Dublin is and why that should be like a top choice. But now that you're here, I'm going to pass the baton to you very shortly. I will just try to bring on my colleague again. I think she's been kicked out by the network. I really don't know why, but I'm sure she should join us shortly. Tochi, if you can hear me, please say hello. I've just sent you an invite now, and I hope you can join. Okay, yes, she's here. She's back. All right. So, hi everyone. Thank you again for joining us today. Like I said earlier, we are joined by the program coordinator for the International Foundation Year program at TU Dublin. TU Dublin stands for Technological University Dublin. She's the program coordinator, and you'll get to meet her very shortly. So, Carol, please give us a very brief introduction of yourself, what you do for TU Dublin, and then we can dive into the programs after that. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, my name is Carol Cregg. I've worked in education for the last 20 years, and I'm the coordinator of all of the foundation programs at TU Dublin, two of which are our international foundation programs. This is a one-year program which students take before first year, which prepares them to enter first year of an undergraduate degree. And we have two intakes for this program, one in September, which is starting this week, and also one which begins in January and ends in July.
Okay. I stopped hearing you at a point. Can you hear me still?
Yep, I can hear you okay, sorry.
All right. So yeah. So thank you for that brief introduction, Carol. So yes, let us look at the International Foundation Year program. What is it about? Like, how does it help students transition to undergraduate studies?
It helps students in two different ways. So we have what we call our core modules on the program, and we have our elective modules. So on the program, we help students with all of their very general skills that they'll need in whatever degree they do. Things like academic writing, kind of professional communications, basic kind of IT skills, kind of technical skills like that. And also we have a general introduction to higher education and the systems that we
Okay.
have in Ireland. Now, in addition to that, we also have elective modules. So our elective modules, students will choose different modules depending on where they want to go. So the program is a kind of a bridge. So the elective modules depend on where you want to put the other side of that bridge. And we have a selection of 11 different elective modules. So for example, we have biology and chemistry for students who want to go into pharmaceutical sciences, very popular. And also for computer science, we have a computer science module, also engineering and physics for those students. For students who are interested in the business, they can choose accounting, economics, management, marketing, those modules. And for students who are interested in law and journalism, we have a few of those this year. They're streamed into social science and humanities. So we give students the general academic skills they need, but then also the discipline-specific skills that they need. So what we want is when students go in and they start their first year undergraduate, that they're going to be top of the class.
Absolutely. So are there core courses that all students must take?
Yeah. So we have 6 every semester. Those are the English for academic writing, communicative competency, which really helps you kind of standing up and giving presentations, which is so much a part of the modern business environment. We have
Okay.
kind of an academic writing and research module, introduction to higher education, which has a little bit of study skills. We also have a maths part, an IT part,
Okay.
and then, like I said, the 2 elective modules.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll just before we take the next questions around learning
Mhm.
outcomes, okay? Hi everyone. Again, you're very much welcome to join us today. And today we have with us the programs coordinator for the TUD's International Foundation Year program. And she's here to give us very good insights into what the program is about and how it can help you transition seamlessly into the undergraduate pathway at Technological University Dublin. So I will let Tochi take the next question on learning outcomes if she's here. I can't see her. Okay. I don't seem to see. Okay, so I think she's
Sandra.
having issues with her. Okay, all right.
Sorry, hello Carol.
Hi.
Sorry for the break in transmission. So I also wanted to ask about the learning outcomes. Like what will the students study and like can you share some insights on what curriculum looks like?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Oh, I asked for the learning outcomes. What would the students be studying and what the curriculum would look like?
Mm-hmm. Um, the Well, the main learning outcome of the program is that students have all of the basic skills and competencies to fulfill the entry requirements for every first year program in TU Dublin. So TU Dublin is one of Ireland's largest universities, and we have a massive range of programs across the board. So we aim to have a range of modules that are going to fulfill every single entry criteria for all of the programs that we offer. That's really the fundamental learning outcome for the program, is to fulfill all those requirements. That's why things like maths and the IT are part of the program. A lot of a lot of students have questions about the maths part, but we need to have that in. TU Dublin is particularly popular in Ireland with computer science, digital and data, and also our Faculty of Engineering is very, very popular. So having the maths as a requirement for that, for the students who want to go on to engineering, they need a very high level of maths. So they need to have that. But really the learning outcomes on the programme is the basic skills and competencies in maths, IT and English to enter into first year. And then in addition to that, that students be a little bit acculturated to Ireland. So they've learned a lot about Ireland and the education system that we have, and also that they've learned a little bit about the learning style within Irish universities, which can be different from their own country. And yeah, like on the program, so the way we have the program set up is students are able to progress to any program within TU Dublin, and it's a direct progression. They don't need to do any other kind of separate IELTS or other exam like that. So that's really the core learning outcomes.
Oh my God. It seems like PUD covers everything. Can you hear me?
Sorry, it muted there for a second. If you wouldn't,
Can you hear me now, though?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I said it's great that PUD covers every aspect, every sector, that's math, English, and ICT.
Sorry, I'm afraid
I think
Hi, Tochi. Can you take the question again?
good question. I have not asked anything yet. Okay. So let's move on from that. Sorry. The admission requirements for international students from West Africa, East Africa, South Africa. Can you tell us about that? The admission requirements for the foundational year program.
so. This is just to check that I have the question right. You're asking about the entry requirements for students from West Africa.
East Africa and South Africa.
Yep. Well, for students from West Africa, South Africa, they just need to have their high school certificate. Um, so I think that's the West African school certificate or the South African certificate. And then they'll need to have their proof of English language. Well, for students from Nigeria, South Africa, they don't need to provide the proof of language skills to the university, but obviously they will need to provide that when they're to get their visa sorted. But other than passing those final high school qualifications, we don't have any other entry criteria. We do ask that students turn 18 in the first semester of the program, which I know sometimes that means a little bit of a wait for students coming from Nigeria, certainly. But that's the good thing about having the January program as well, where students who are too young in September can join January. And the other great thing about the January program is you get everything in and you're still ready to start in September. So the students start in January, they'll finish the foundation in July, but then they'll have a break of 6 or 7 weeks, and then they'll be straight in September into their first year program. So there's no time wasted there.
All right. Sorry, trying to, yeah, perfect. 1 minute, yeah, so good. All right. Thank you for highlighting the admissions requirements. Let's look into the student support that prospective students will receive on getting there. So, what kind of academic and personal support do students receive throughout the year? Are there like tutoring, counseling, language assistance, things like that?
Yeah, there's a huge range of supports available. One of the advantages of coming to a larger university is we have a lot of separate supports. So there are two types of supports. We have our academic supports and also our kind of pastoral care and our extracurricular and co-curricular supports. So with regards to academic supports, we have an academic writing centre here to help students with questions surrounding their academic writing skills, and they do a little bit of research as well. We also, in addition to that, have a maths learning centre. So students who are having issues with their maths can attend our maths clinic. We run that 5 times a week, once a week here on campus. We run it 3 times a week online through our online platform Brightspace. So students
Okay.
who are experiencing some difficulties with maths can go to that. Also for our computer science students, they also deal in the Maths Learning Centre with people who need extra help with computer science. In addition to that, with regards to curricular help, we have something called PAL sessions. So these are peer assistant learning sessions. And we run these for 6 of our different subjects. What are the PAL sessions? Well, PAL sessions are extra tutorials that are run by alumni of our foundation program. So these are students who have completed the foundation program last year or the year before. Now they're in first year or second year of their maths degree, of their computer science degree, and of their engineering degree. And they come back to give students in small groups any extra support they need. And it can be really nice for students as well to talk to each other and to talk to other students who are like 1 year ahead and 2 years ahead, and as well as helping them with the subject. It gives them a lot of encouragement as well when during exam times.
Yeah.
And you know, there's some questions which students don't like to ask lecturers about, to kind of go back over basic stuff, and it's nice for that they can talk to other students on the program about those small problems that they have. Now, in addition to that, other supports we have available for students. We have a full counselling service here. We have our health centre here on site, and medical centre. This is all free for our full-time students, which includes all of the foundation students. We have a pastoral care service as well. So students need just a little chat rather than counselling can be quite... when students have more serious problems, they want to talk to the counsellor, but we also have our pastoral care, which is just more if you're a little bit stressed and you need a little chat and a cup of tea. We have our pastoral care service for that. We also have clubs and societies can be a great support for students. I don't know if you want me to go into detail about the clubs and societies that we have.
Oh, yeah, sure. Please.
We have... I think about 45 or 50 different clubs and societies here in the university, and it covers so much sports. We have football, Irish football, archery, cricket, horse riding, on the sports front, frisbee. We have, for clubs and societies, we have things like one that our students enjoy, the Erasmus Society, which is a society for international students where you can get together with other students living abroad and kind of meet up with them. And then for students who like the academic side of things, we have like a debating society, a journalism society, and different things like that. And it's a great way to get involved and to meet lots of Irish students as well, because obviously all of the students on the International Foundation Programme, they all come from abroad and mostly from outside Europe. So it's a good idea I always recommend students to join clubs and societies so that they can meet even more students. One of the great things about the foundation program is it's an opportunity for students to network and meet people outside of their own discipline. So for computer scientists, to meet people who are going into different faculties, and it creates a great network for them in Dublin.
Absolutely, totally agree. And it's really, interesting. Oh, it's great, really, to see how TU Dublin has put in so many structures to ensure that students, come into this program and they feel welcomed already. I mean, there's the PAL sessions, whatever they can discuss with their lecturers at that time. It's easy for you to just talk to your peer. And I mean, the clubs and societies are also great because they encourage cultural integration, Yeah, because I mean, by doing, they get to know more, they get to learn more, they get to meet more people. So it's really, really good. Please, if you're just joining us, we have been looking at the International Foundation Year program at Technological University Dublin. It's an awesome program and it's targeted at students who are looking to move to the undergraduate, transition to the undergraduate program. You get it's like a pre-degree, what we call here pre-degree. Here in Nigeria, there's a program we have called pre-degree. It's a 1-year program and it helps you transition to undergraduate studies. So that is what it is. It's called the Foundation Year Program, and it's at TU Dublin. And we've just been speaking with Carol Cregg, and she's the program coordinator. She's happy to answer any questions that you may have about this program, especially if you're a parent and you are, looking at, sending your kids to further their studies abroad. TUD is a great choice and it's located in Ireland. So please feel free to ask us your questions. Ask your questions. She'll be more than happy to answer you. Let us circle back, a bit to the program now. What is the tuition cost like? What does it involve?
Sorry, I just did my phone just stopped there for a second.
Oh,
Do you mind repeating?
okay, it's fine. I will take it again. So I was asking about the tuition
Mm-hmm.
costs for the program. Yes.
So the foundation program is €12,500 for the year,
Okay.
and that includes the exam fees and the kind of administration fee as well. It's all included there.
Oh, okay. And would they need to pay like application
No,
fees?
there's no application fee for that program.
Okay. All right. So you've heard it. If you're interested in the program, it's it will I'm seeing a question here. It says, "Good morning. Please, I am interested to study." Okay, he wants to run a PhD in education. How do I go about this? All right, okay. So we're not discussing about that, but I mean, yes, there are research programs at TUD. What would you advise this person to do,
I
Carol?
definitely advise this person to get in touch with our graduate research office. Uh, so we have a
Okay.
graduate research office and they can provide advice. We also have our postgraduate admissions department. I'm sure we'll be able to give a little bit of advice on that. So it's pginternational@tudublin.ie is the email address for postgraduate admissions, and they're very good at advising on that area.
Okay. All right. I think we've had new persons join us, and Salem is asking, what are the courses involved? Do you mind taking this question again? I know you already talked about it, but for emphasis sake, let's just look at the courses involved in this
For sure.
program.
So these are the different modules, yes? Great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are students on the program study about 22, 24 hours per week, and they study 8 different modules per semester. Now, these modules
Okay.
are divided into core modules and electives. So when we talk about the core modules, we talk about the 6 different modules that'll give you all of the basic skills and competencies to enter into first year. What are these? Well, these are the English communicative competency modules, which help with presenting skills. They are the academic writing skills. They are the kind of academic reading skills and research skills. And on top of that, Introduction to Higher Education, which gives information about the education system in Ireland. Then on top of that, we have maths and IT. So we have a maths module, and that's at 3 different levels. So we have maths advanced for students who want to go to engineering, maths intermediate for students who want to go on and do computer science and business, and we have a maths fundamental, best for students who aren't going to have a maths component going forward for things like law, journalism, and social science. Now, in addition, those are all the core modules. And in addition to that, there are students choose 2 elective modules every semester. And from these elective modules, they have a long list to choose from. We have 11, 12 different modules, and these range from business, and in business we have accounting, marketing, management, and economics. We also have biology, chemistry, physics, computer science, engineering. We have social science, and we have humanities. We have art portfolio for students who want to go on and do fine art, want to go on and do architecture, want to go on and do graphic design. And that finally, we have one more, which is Introduction to Tourism and Hospitality for students who want to go into the tourism and hospitality industry.
Wow, that's an interesting lineup of different modules. I mean, you're pretty much.
And I would say one of the big advantages of our foundation program is the range of modules available, and also the range of expertise available. Most of the lecturers on those electives modules, they're subject experts in that field. They have PhDs, and they have a lot of industry experience. So in TU Dublin, we put a big focus on industry experience, on lecturers having worked in industry previously, so they can give you on having contacts with business as well. TU Dublin has a really big focus on that and a really big tradition of that. So it's one of the great things about the course as well, that you're getting all of this experience from the academic staff.
Absolutely, absolutely. So a top question on a lot of, I mean, prospective students' minds will be that are students guaranteed a place in a degree program after completing this foundation program?
Yes, all students who pass the program are guaranteed a place at in first year on one of the first year programs. Now there are
Okay.
some caveats to that. So, for example,
Okay.
two of the most popular programs in TU Dublin are related to human nutrition. So we have human nutrition and dietetics, and also public health nutrition. They're very, very popular courses, and very, very academic courses. And for those courses, we ask students to have a very high score. They have to study biology and chemistry in the foundation, and they're going to need to score more than 70% in those two modules to progress into that program. So really, we want to make sure that the students who we send on into first year are able for the work, and they're able for the standard in first year. Also,
Okay.
the computer science courses, we have 3 computer science courses which are quite competitive, and for those we look for students to have achieved 60-70% in their computer science module in our course to progress onto that course. Now, if you do the course and you don't get those results, if you're getting lower results, well, we
Okay.
have 12 different computer science and computing undergraduate courses here at TU Dublin. So if you get results that don't really suit that course, there are lots of other options available, and we can suggest other options.
Okay. So another question I had was, so take for example, students have had the intentions to study engineering, and along the line they decide that, oh, maybe I would just go for maths or go for just something else. What is the possibility
Oh
of
yeah,
this?
it's absolutely no problem to change your destination program. And within the faculty, within certain limitations, you can actually change it any time until the end of your foundation year course. Now, if you're studying business, if you're doing the business modules and you change your mind and you want to do medical science, that's not going to be
Okay.
possible, because we'd need you to do the biology and chemistry modules. But certainly, like the example you gave, you're changing between maths and engineering, that's no problem at all. I mean, they're very similar disciplines. So I often get students who want to change, for example, from computer science to business computing, from accounting to accounting and finance, from accounting to business
Okay.
and management, and all of those are no problem. So within the same faculty, it's no problem to change. And often it's a good idea. When students are here, they're on campus, they're meeting lecturers, they're meeting people,
Yeah.
they're going to meet the people that they're going to be studying with the following year.
Mhm.
And when they're in our elective modules, they learn more about the subject area, and maybe they get more of an idea of where they want to progress in their career themselves. So I always say to students who want to change, it's actually quite a natural part of the learning process to learn more about your subject area and to want to change and to realize where you want your specialism to be. So certainly I'll always facilitate that.
Mm. So I picked on the medical science field that you talked about. What programs are available in the medical science
Mm-hmm.
area that international students can be absorbed into? Because we're aware that not all programs at our Irish schools are available for international students. But now that you mentioned the medical science, I'm just interested to know what programs exactly are, what courses in the medical field can international students be absorbed into after the
Yeah.
program?
Well, in TU Dublin, we don't have nursing, or we don't have the kind of PhD in medicine that other
Okay.
universities would have. But just all of the programs that we have in TU Dublin are available to our international students, for sure.
Oh, great.
Um,
Okay.
In the medical area, we do have a degree, a level 8 bachelor degree in medical science. So complete the bachelor in medical science and then move on from there. If they want to consider a career in medicine, they can move on to a master's and go from there. We also have the human nutrition and dietetics. We also have, I'm trying to think now, I don't have the full list here. But,
Oh, it's okay.
the biomedical science and the kind of research around medicine, we would have a big focus on that. We also have the National Optometry Centre. So Ireland's National Optometry Centre is part of TU Dublin. So we have a big focus on optometry as well. So
Okay. That's really awesome. I'm talking about careers. I know my colleague has a couple of questions to ask you around that.
of course.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Sandra. Sorry about earlier. There were some issues. So I just wanted to know what career opportunities are open or available to students after completing their degrees in regards to this program, especially. Like, how does the foundational program affect the career? Do you understand? Or can you hear me?
I just my audio is a little bit quiet. Do you mind
I'll,
just?
t-
So you're asking about
I'll
the?
take I'll take it again. I'll take it again. I asked what career opportunities or pathways are available to students after completing their degrees and how this foundation year program helps for these future opportunities.
Mm-hmm. I suppose one of the big ways in which the International Foundation Programme helps with regards careers is probably giving students the space to really reflect on what degree they want to do and what direction that they want to go in. A lot of students, when they're finishing school, they choose their undergraduate degree without actually having a very, very large amount of knowledge about the area that they're going into. So when students do the foundation degree and they get those 8 hours a week studying the area that they want to go into, it does give them a chance to reflect and to focus. We also have a careers office here in TU Dublin where we have a number of full-time staff who really focus on providing careers options to students in TU Dublin. Um, you know, Ireland is a big tech centre. I'm sure you know we have Google, we have Facebook, and all of these big tech companies, and that's why like our computer science course, TU 856, it's the most popular course for international students. We have 6 students on this cohort who want to go on to do that one particular course, which is quite unusual. Most of the courses only have 1 or 2 students from foundation who want to go onto it. And the reason those students come here is those links with industry and that career pathway. So we'll have, when they go on and they take their destination program, because of those links we have with industry, it's all about giving students placement in 3rd year of a lot of our degrees. We have a work placement part where students go in and they complete a paid work experience in industry, and that really helps people work on their career and get plugged into that. And after they finish their degree, Ireland has a kind of a work permit, so you can go on and you can work for 1 year after your level. I think it's 1 year.
Yes.
So again, it gives students that chance to finish their degree, get their 1 year work experience, and to take it from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're right. So students who have finished their undergraduate studies have, 1 year, have the opportunity to, work in Ireland for 1 year. So yes, that's true. So what is student life like in in Dublin, around TUD? What is it
Yeah.
like? Is it
Yeah, well,
vibrant? Are there so many international students?
there's 2 groups of people who are really famous for enjoying a good social life, and that's Irish people and students. So, as you can imagine, student life in Ireland is pretty busy. There's a big focus on kind of relaxing and having fun. The nice thing about the nice thing about TU Dublin is we're right in the city centre, and the foundation program is on our Ainger Street campus. And Ainger Street is probably one of the big streets in Dublin for socialising and for its nightlife. Very famous for its nightlife and for its restaurants. And we're just about a 3-minute walk from one of the big shopping centres, kind of Grafton Street area in Dublin. So we're really, really central. Our main campus in Grangegorman, it's about 2 kilometres away from us. It's about a 20-minute hour walk. And again, really, really close to the city centre. So really easy for students to come into the city and to kind of enjoy the kind of cultural and social aspects of the city as well. So it depends on what you like. I mean, for students who like music and culture, there's a huge music in Dublin, a great student music scene for students to get together, go out, enjoy music. Ireland has a big history of kind of theatre. Students who are interested in that, big student theatre centre as well. Students who just like to go out and enjoy kind of live music, it's a great centre for that. So I think Dublin is a really kind of vibrant place for enjoying that. And I know I was talking about clubs and societies earlier, and clubs and societies are also a great way to plug into the Irish cultural scene as well.
Awesome. Just before I let Tochi ask another question, I don't think we covered the accommodation. Like, how do students, sort out accommodation? Is there any like link from the school on how to look for good housing for themselves?
Mm-hmm.
If you just throw a bit of light on that, please.
For sure. I think that accommodation can be one of the most challenging parts, to be honest, about studying in Ireland for anyone who wants to study. In comparison with other countries, I know accommodation here can be a little bit expensive. TU Dublin doesn't have any of its own accommodation, but we do have an accommodation service. So we have a department which looks after accommodation for students, and they work with lots of different people. They work with kind of private families for students who want to live in a kind of family accommodation. We work with a lot of the commercial student housing kind of buildings, and we often block book kind of a number of rooms or a number of apartments in these just for our students. So we have a website which offers an accommodation website which offers advice to students who are coming here, but also the accommodation service can give kind of specific advice to students. I was in contact a couple of times with our accommodation service over the last months, and they say that any international students can organise a call over Zoom or Microsoft Teams if they want to have a chat, and we can give the number to get in touch, and someone on our accommodation service can give them that really expert knowledge, which can be really, really helpful. I have a lot of general knowledge, but I often don't have those specifics, but we have the service to provide that.
Okay.
Okay, Carl. I think CZ has tried to mitigate the accommodation issues in Ireland. Can you hear me this time?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I have one final question. That is, would you say that the students that do this foundation program perform better perform better in their various courses than others that don't?
So I think what Tochi is trying to ask is, how would you rate the academic performance of students who come in through the foundation year program to students who, come into TUD directly?
I'm so sorry, my signal just broke up there. Could you repeat that one?
Yeah, so I guess my colleague is trying to find out would you say there's there's a difference in the academic performance between students who get into TUD via the foundation program and students who just apply directly to TUD? for their undergraduate studies.
Okay, so sorry, it broke up a little bit there, but I think from what I heard is that what is the difference between coming and joining the foundation program for a year and then going on to first year, between that and going directly into
Yes,
first year?
absolutely.
I suppose the advantage of the foundation program is giving students a little step up. So it's just a little, a more gentle introduction to university life. So it's an extra first step. We, on the program as well, I suppose we'd have a lot of extra
Okay.
supports for students. For example, I coordinate the foundation programs, so I'm always going to be there to help students, and students are welcome to come in with any questions they have. So there's that aspect. I can give them the extra support that they need. The level of the course is at level 6, which is a little bit easier than the level 7, level 8 course they'll be progressing to. So it kind of gives them the good basics. And also, I suppose, for students who want to go into an area like computer science or like engineering, it's good for them if they feel that they're, that they don't know enough about the area to go directly into first year. It's a good chance for them to take a kind of a slower step and to get all of the basics, and that they know that when they go into first year, it's just going to be a lot easier for them. They're going to have covered some of the material before, so because they'll have already covered some of the material, what's new to them, they'll be able to spend more time studying and revising on it. So it's, I suppose, for students who want to go on to college, but they're just a little bit worried that going right into first year in a new country, in a totally new area, is just going to be, it's going to be a lot. So.
All right. Thanks, Carol, for that. And I totally agree with you. There are quite a number of advantages of coming into TUD via the foundation year program. I mean, it's the student's choice at the end of the day, but there's more to benefit from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some questions here, and I would like us to take them. So there's a question here from travels coach underscore NG, and they want to know, are there any safety measures in place for international students? So I think this parent, or this person is worried about, has some safety concerns, and they want to know if there are any safety measures in place for international students at TUD.
Well, yeah, I know all around, we often see stories in the news about events that happen all around the world, all around Europe. It's definitely something unfortunate that does happen. These cases are very rare. Regarding safety standards, I would say that the campus is a very safe place for students. The advantage of studying in the city centre is that you're not going into these very kind of quiet suburbs. You're right in the city centre, where there's always going to be a lot of people around, a lot going on. In the main campus in Grangegorman, we have a student card, like scanning in service. So that's an area, once you're on campus, it's only students there. So we have that as well. On our Angel Street campus, we have a porter's desk. So there's always someone at the front desks who's keeping an eye on everyone entering the campus and exiting the campus. So I think when I think in terms of safety, I always think of those my colleagues, members of staff who are in place there to ensure the safety of the buildings and the safety of students. Obviously, outside of that, I suppose with regards to safety, it would be with our police service as well, who have a big community policing kind of aspect of that as well. And we'd have links with them, I suppose.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Carol, for highlighting, the safety measures that TU Dublin has put in place to ensure that not just international students, but everyone, feels
Yeah.
safe, on campus. It's really, really key. We have another question here. So TUD has many campuses, right? In which of the campuses at the foundation is the foundation program classes offered?
We offer the foundation program on site in Ainger Street. So
Okay.
it's mostly known for the Faculty of Business. So all of the business run out
Mm.
of Ainger Street, but our foundation program runs out of here as well. And the reason we chose this one is it's the most city centre location.
Okay. All right. All right. So thank you so much. Please.
I was
Okay.
just going to say that the students who attend the foundation program in Ainger Street, they can go on and choose a degree in any one of the 5 campuses that we have. So they're all totally interlinked. You can do your foundation here and go on to Blanchardstown, to Tala, to Grange Gorman, to Bolton Street.
Mm. Thank you so much for clarifying on that. So you heard it. So yes, before we let you go, please, this is a very good opportunity. If you have a question about this program, please feel free to send in your questions, ask anything, and Carol will be more than happy to provide insights about it. So would you have any key advice? Now, before we get to that advice, what is the application deadline for this program?
So the application deadline for this program would be, let me think, 1st of November.
1st of November. Okay.
So we
Yeah. I mean, that gives,
allow the students.
and the program kicks
Yeah,
off in January,
exactly.
January
Exactly.
2025. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I see a question here. Do you have an integrated foundation? If yes, what's the requirement?
I'm not sure, Travels Coach, what you mean by the integrated foundation.
Yeah, I'm not sure too. Please, could you throw more light on it? It will help Carol come up with a good response for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how can we reach out to you, or to the school or the program units if we have more questions? Would you mind leaving an email or anything, for students to keep in touch?
Oh, yes, yes. I'm more than happy if students want to contact me on Instagram here, and also at carol.cregg@tudublin.ie is my email address. So I can pop it in the comments after this chat.
Yeah, Carol.Greg at
Cregg.
TU Dublin, right?
I'll pop it in my bio so students
All
can
right.
contact directly about any questions that they have. They're more than welcome.
All right. Okay. Um, okay, let me see if we have. Yeah, we already answered this question about if the foundation program automatically guarantee admission into a degree program. We already answered that. So for some of us who just joined in much later, please be informed that the live session can be replayed. So after this session, we're going to save it and share it across our platforms. So in case you missed any information at all, you can go back and watch. Okay, Carol really covered a lot of questions that I'm saying here. So please feel free to go back and watch. We're already running out of time here, and Carol is really busy because this is a busy time for everyone. Really busy time for her, and she needs to stick to schedule. Okay. Yeah, so I think he's clarifying, says the foundation pathway that would allow students to enroll for year 1 at TUD. And that's what we're
Exactly.
talking about, actually.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
program. So we
Yeah.
students, Travels Coach students joining this program undertake it, and when they pass the program, they can continue on to any undergraduate program in TU Dublin.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. Would you have any final words, any last piece of advice for students who are looking to apply or who are trying to make a decision? Should I not? What would you have to say to them?
Well, as someone who has studied abroad, I studied abroad in Scotland when I was younger, and I studied abroad in Spain also.
Wow, you have traveled indeed.
So when I recommend the studying abroad, I definitely have a lot of experience. And for me, when I think about studying abroad, some of the most exciting and wonderful times of my life, and something that really, really changed me as a person. and helped me in my life. Even though when you study abroad, it can be quite daunting, a little bit frightening, but it's also really, really exciting to go somewhere new, to stand on your own 2 feet, to make all of these things happen for yourself, to negotiate all of these things. It does so much for your own personal self-confidence, for your independence.
Yeah.
And the skills that I learned when I studied abroad are the skills that have used all of my life, including to today. It gives you real confidence and just an amazing network of people. People say travel broadens the mind, and I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it's so true. When you meet people from so many different cultures, it just gives you a great insight on people, how different people think, how different people work. And so, as well as the academic skills, it's all of those small things. And whatever industry you go into later, whatever you study later, these things that you learn are always going to stick with you. So, for students who are thinking about it, I definitely say go for it.
Go for it. I think that's the word. Go for it. If you're thinking about it, please just do it. Okay? Just do it. Just do it. It's always worth it at the end of the day. There is no knowledge that is a waste. And anyone who is hungry for knowledge, I mean, it's a good thing. Seek knowledge, seek wisdom, you meet new people. So yes, go for it. So that's what we're going to take away from you now. I missed everything that you have said, Carol. Thank you so much. Is the program online or offline? Yes, it's on campus, Chiso. This is an
Yeah.
on-campus program, okay? So you're going to be at TU Dublin for 12 months, and then you proceed to your undergraduate studies, okay? Could you please confirm the exact living expense in Dublin? Okay. Okay, so we're going finance now. Um, all right. So to know more about everything that you need, especially as regards finance, I think you should go to the Irish immigration website. Is regularly updated, and you will see all of this financial information, especially for international students who are looking to move to Ireland to study. It's best to always look through the websites to get the up-to-date information about your finance as a student and visa applications, everything around that. Please, I strongly advise you, Travels Coach, to please to do that. Okay. Carol, we're going to have to let you go. You've been very engaging, and you've provided a lot of insights about the International Foundation Year Program at TU Dublin. I'm going to wrap up after I let you go. Please have a wonderful time, and I'm looking forward to having more students come on board this program. Okay. Please, everyone listening, feel free to email Carol
Mm-hmm.
directly if you have more questions about the program or you need support applying to the program. Okay. I Yes, so please do that. So
Thank,
thank you so much, Carol.
thank you so much for
Have
the
have a
pleasure to
great
be here.
day. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. So yeah, so thanks everyone who has joined us today. Thanks everyone who has joined us today. I don't know where my colleague is at, but I'm sure she's somewhere here. Listening to us. So we had with us today Carol Cregg. She's the program coordinator for the International Foundation Year Program at Technological University Dublin. It's a 1-year program run by TU Dublin, and it's specially developed for international students who need language or academic preparation for further studies in an undergraduate program, you, you know, in Ireland. So upon successful completion of this program, students would be absorbed into the undergraduate degree, into any undergraduate degree program of their choice. Of course, you need to do excellently in your exams, because you're going to be assessed continuously. Okay. So I'll give us some reasons why you should study on the IFP. So number one, it's your first step towards gaining a degree in Ireland. Okay. It's it's a good step, I would say, and it makes the transition to the third level education in Ireland much easier. So it's just like what we call here in Nigeria pre-degree. So over pre-degree prepares you for the undergraduate studies in a Nigerian university. So that is exactly the same thing in TU Dublin, where we have the foundation year program. It just prepares you for your year one. It makes it easier for you to just transition to your year one. It's a supportive environment at TUD, student centered, lots of support around tutoring, around counseling, around progression into the undergraduate degree. So please, you have full access to all of TUD's facilities and infrastructures. So I mean, it's a very good opportunity for anyone who is looking to begin their undergraduate studies, but not really sure um, on maybe the program to go for. I think this foundation year program will really help you. So by the time you get into school and you mix up with other students, you get to understand what it is like to be in the four walls of a higher institution. And then you can be able to make very confident decisions. Okay. The deadline is 1st of November. For those of us from this region, I don't think you should wait until 1st of November to put in your application. I advise that you put in your application now, because it gives you enough time to begin to process your visa applications, immediately you receive your offer. So please, if you have more questions about the program, feel free to email us at info@educationinireland.africa. You can also feel free to email Carol at carol.cregg@tudublin.ie. Okay. So that will be all from us today. Join us on Monday for another interesting session with I think this Dublin Business School. Yes, Dublin Business School. So please join us for an interesting session with Dublin Business School. They have a lot of programs open for January 2025 intake, especially for those who are interested in converting to data analytics or digital marketing. They have a program around that. Thank you so much, Tochi, for your support. Really grateful, and sorry about the network. So
Thank you for having me,
everyone, I see
Sandra.
you next week, Monday. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.